God says, something very shocking happened last night. Only you don't know that. This is your last chance to know the truth. If you skip this now, God will never help you. Listen closely, because what I am about to reveal is not small, and it is not ordinary. Something shifted while you were asleep, something that touched your life directly, and you were not aware of it. I am speaking to you now, so you do not walk forward blind to what has already begun. If you ignore this, you will continue in confusion, missing the very help you have been praying for. Stay with these words, because within them is clarity you have been searching for. Type Amen if you believe. Last night was not like other nights, even though it felt quiet and unchanged to you. There was a moment when your life stood at a crossroads, and a decision in the spiritual realm was made concerning you. You did not see it, but it has already started unfolding in your path. This is why you have felt a strange tension, a quiet pull, something you could not explain. I am telling you now because this is your moment to respond before it is too late. You have been asking for answers, for direction, for a sign that I am still with you. This is that sign, and it is stronger than anything you have received before. What happened last night carries both a warning and a blessing, depending on how you choose to act now. I do not speak like this without purpose, and I do not repeat myself when truth is placed before you. You must understand that this is not about fear, but about awakening to what is already in motion. Type yes to affirm. There are things you have ignored for too long, thoughts you pushed aside, and signs you chose not to follow. Last night, all of that came to a point where it could no longer remain hidden. I allowed something to happen, so you would finally open your eyes and see what has been right in front of you. This is not punishment, but it is serious, and it carries weight for your future. What you do from this moment forward will determine how the next chapter of your life unfolds. I am asking you with love and urgency, do not turn away from this moment. If this is touching your heart, if you feel even the slightest stirring inside you, take a second to like this video as a quiet step of faith, because that small act is a sign that you are choosing to stay and receive what I am giving you. You are not here by accident, and you did not hear these words by chance. There is a reason your attention has been captured right now. Do not brush it aside like you have done before. What happened last night involved a shift in protection around you. There were things trying to move against you, plans that were forming in ways you could not see. I stepped in and altered what could have become harm, but I also allowed you to feel the weight of how close it came. That is why something has felt different within you since you woke up. You are not imagining it, and you are not overthinking it. You have been under my watch, even when you doubted it. There were moments you believed you were alone, moments you questioned if I had forgotten you. But last night was proof that I am still actively working in your life, even in ways you do not understand. I held back what could have broken you, and I redirected what could have caused loss. You are still standing because I chose to keep you covered. Now hear this clearly, because this is where the truth becomes urgent. This is your last chance to truly recognize what I am doing for you and to align yourself with it. If you continue to ignore these moments, if you continue to walk without awareness, you will close the door on the help you keep asking for. I do not force my presence where it is not welcomed. I reveal, I guide, and I wait for your response. You are not being threatened, you are being awakened. There is a difference, and you must feel it in your spirit. I am not turning away from you, but I am showing you that your attention, your faith, and your willingness matter more than you have treated them. Last night was a turning point, and today is the moment you decide whether you move with it or against it. This is not something that will wait forever. Think about the patterns in your life, the repeated struggles, the same questions coming back again and again. These are not coincidences, and they are not without purpose. I have been guiding you toward something greater, but you have hesitated at every step. Last night, that hesitation was challenged, and a path was opened in front of you. You must now choose whether you will finally walk it. You are chosen, even when you feel unworthy. You are protected, even when fear tries to take over. You are seen, even when it feels like no one understands what you are going through. I have not left you, and I will not leave you, but I will not carry you through every door if you refuse to step forward. This is your moment to rise with what I have already set in motion. There was a stirring placed within your spirit, a quiet but undeniable sense that something is different. That feeling is not confusion, it is recognition, and it is calling you to look deeper. There are moments in your life when everything seems ordinary on the surface, yet beneath it, something powerful is unfolding. Last night was one of those moments, and it marked a shift that cannot be undone. You may have woken up thinking it was just another day, but your path has already begun to change. The decisions you make now will either align you with that change or pull you away from it. This is why I am speaking to you with such urgency, because your awareness matters more than you realize. Type 222 if you trust God. Can 9 simple words really change your financial life? More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. Brain experts were shocked when they discovered this password works up to 20x faster than the law of attraction. People are repeating it daily and watching money flow like water into their lives. Some even believe the results are so powerful, it feels divine. But this breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You have been carrying burdens that were never meant to stay with you this long. You held on to them because you thought you had no other choice, or because you believed no one saw what you were going through. But I have seen every moment, every tear, every silent prayer that you thought went unheard. Last night, something shifted regarding those burdens, and a door began to open for their release. Yet that door will not remain open forever if you choose to ignore it. There were things being arranged around you, both seen and unseen. Some of them were meant to distract you, to pull you away from the path I have prepared. Others were placed as opportunities for growth and breakthrough. Last night, I separated what was meant to harm you from what was meant to help you. But now, you must choose what you will focus on, because your attention will determine your direction. You have often asked why things felt delayed in your life. You questioned why your progress seemed slower than others, why your efforts did not immediately produce results. What you did not see was the protection in those delays, the way I was keeping you from stepping into situations that were not ready for you. Last night was part of that protection, a moment where timing was adjusted once again in your favor. Even when you felt stuck, I was positioning you. There is a truth you need to accept now, and it may challenge the way you have been thinking. Not everything that leaves your life is a loss, and not everything that stays is a blessing. Last night, something was removed from your path, something that would have eventually led you into confusion or harm. You may not know exactly what it was, but you will begin to notice its absence in subtle ways. Trust that what I remove is always for your good. Even when you do not understand it immediately, you are not as lost as you think you are. In fact, you are closer to clarity than you have been in a long time. The reason it feels uncomfortable is because you are standing at the edge of change. Change always brings a sense of uncertainty, but it also carries the potential for growth. Last night was the moment that placed you at that edge, and now you must decide whether you will step forward or retreat back into what feels familiar. Type 777 to receive blessings. There have been whispers in your heart, thoughts that seem to come out of nowhere, guiding you towards something better. You may have dismissed them as imagination or coincidence, but they were not random. They were my way of reaching you, of gently directing you without forcing you. Last night, those whispers became stronger, more urgent, because the time for hesitation is coming to an end. You are being called to listen more closely than ever before. You might feel a mix of emotions right now: curiosity, fear, hope, even resistance. That is natural when truth begins to reveal itself. But do not let those emotions distract you from what matters most. What matters is that you recognize this moment for what it is. It is an opportunity to realign your life with what I have been preparing for you. You have been stronger than you give yourself credit for. Despite everything you have faced, you are still here, still seeking, still hoping for something better. That strength did not come from nowhere. It came from me sustaining you even when you felt like giving up. Last night was another moment where that strength was tested but also reinforced. You made it through without even knowing how close you came to something different. There are things ahead of you that require a new level of awareness. You cannot move forward with the same mindset that kept you stuck in the past. Last night was a breaking point for old patterns, a moment where the cycle began to shift. But that shift must be completed by your willingness to change. I will guide you, but you must be willing to follow. You are not being asked to be perfect, only to be present, to pay attention, to listen, and to trust what is being revealed to you. Too many times you have doubted yourself and turned away from what you felt deep inside. This time must be different. This time you must stay with it even when it feels unfamiliar. There is a reason you cannot shake the feeling that something important is happening. That feeling is not random, it is confirmation. It is my way of making sure you do not overlook what has already begun. Last night was only the beginning, not the end. It set something into motion that will continue to unfold in the days ahead. You will start to notice small changes first, a shift in your thoughts, a new sense of clarity, moments where things begin to make more sense than they did before. These are signs that you are aligning with what I have prepared. Do not ignore them and do not rush past them. Each one is a step forward. There may also be moments where you feel challenged, where old habits try to pull you back. That is part of the process, and it does not mean you are failing. It means you are being given a choice, again and again, to move in a new direction. Last night was the moment that made those choices more important than ever. I am not distant from you, and I have not been silent. I have been speaking in ways you did not always recognize. Now, I am making it clearer so you cannot miss it. This is your opportunity to respond with faith instead of doubt. You are not alone in this, even if it feels like you are. I am with you in every step you take, in every decision you make. But I will not override your will. I will guide, protect, and open doors, but you must choose to walk through them. What happened last night was a turning point, and you are now standing in its aftermath. Everything you do from here will either build on that moment or move away from it. Choose carefully, because your future is being shaped right now. What if attracting wealth didn't require hard work, just the right words? This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free, financially free individuals. Scientists say each of these 9 words activates a hidden abundance center deep in your brain. People are using it from home and seeing results in just weeks. It was never meant for the public, and now that it's out, the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There were forces working against your peace, things that had been building slowly over time. You did not see how close they were getting, how they were trying to influence your thoughts and decisions. But I saw everything, and I stepped in before it could take hold of you completely. Last night was the moment where that interference was interrupted. You were given space to breathe again, even if you have not yet recognized it. Type 1111 if you walk by faith. You have been feeling tired in ways that go beyond physical exhaustion. There has been a weight on your mind, a heaviness that made even simple things feel harder than they should. That weight did not come from nowhere, and it was not meant to stay with you. Last night, part of that burden was lifted, but you must now allow the rest to fall away. If you continue to hold on to it, you will carry what I have already tried to remove. There is something important you must understand about this moment. It is not only about what I have done, but also about what you are willing to do in response. You have asked for change, for clarity, for a way forward. That way is opening now, but it requires your participation. I will not force you into it, but I will continue to call you toward it. You may be wondering why this feels so intense, why there is such urgency in these words. It is because time is not as open as you think it is. Opportunities come and go, and moments like this do not repeat in the same way. Last night created a window for you, and that window is still open right now. But it will not remain open if you choose to ignore what is being placed before you. You are not being asked to have all the answers. You are being asked to trust what you feel deep inside, even when your mind tries to question it. That inner pull, that quiet knowing, is not random. It is the part of you that recognizes my presence and responds to it. Do not silence it this time. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. There have been times when you settled for less than what you deserved. You accepted situations that drained you, relationships that confused you, paths that did not truly fulfill you. You told yourself it was easier to stay where you were than to face the unknown. But last night disrupted that comfort, and it did so for a reason. You are not meant to remain where you have been. I have something better prepared for you, something that aligns with who you are becoming. But you cannot step into it while holding on to what belongs in your past. This is why letting go is not just a suggestion, it is a requirement for what comes next. You may not see the full picture yet, but you do not need to. You only need to take the next step. There will be moments where doubt tries to return. It will whisper that nothing has changed, that this is just another passing feeling. Do not listen to those thoughts. They are echoes of old patterns trying to keep you where you were. What happened last night was real, and its effects are already unfolding. You are stronger than the doubts that come against you. You have already overcome things that once felt impossible. This moment is not here to break you, it is here to elevate you. But elevation requires movement, and movement requires choice. There is a path opening in front of you, and it is different from the one you have been walking. It may feel unfamiliar, even uncertain at first, but it carries peace in a way the old path never did. Pay attention to that peace, because it is one of the ways I guide you. You are not being left to figure this out on your own. I am with you in every step, in every thought, in every decision. But I will not take those steps for you. You must be willing to move, even if it is one small step at a time. What you experienced last night was not just protection, it was preparation. It was a clearing of what no longer belongs, so that something new can take its place. That new thing is already beginning to form, even if you cannot fully see it yet. Trust the process, even when it feels incomplete. There is a reason your attention keeps returning to these words. It is not by accident, and it is not something to dismiss. You are being drawn here because you need to hear this, because it connects to what is happening in your life right now. Do not ignore that connection. You have been waiting for a sign, something clear enough that you could not doubt it. This is that sign. It may not look the way you expected, but it carries the truth you have been seeking. What you do with it will determine what comes next. You are not stuck, even if it has felt that way. You are being held in place for a time, protected from moving too soon. Now that time is shifting, and movement is becoming necessary. This is where your courage will be tested. Do not be afraid of what is ahead. Fear will try to keep you from stepping forward, but it does not have power over you unless you give it that power. You are capable of more than you have allowed yourself to believe. Last night was a reminder of that truth. You are not forgotten, and you are not overlooked. You are seen, and your life has purpose beyond what you have understood so far. This moment is part of that purpose, and it is leading you towards something greater. Stay open to it. There were patterns forming around you that you had begun to accept as normal. You told yourself that this was just how things were, that nothing could really change. But I never intended for you to live in cycles that drain your spirit. Last night was the moment where those cycles were challenged, where their hold on you began to weaken. Now you must decide if you will fully break free from them. Type 1010 to claim miracles. Why are neuroscientists calling this a wealth trigger? Because over 19,547 people are already using this 9-word password, and their lives are changing fast. Unexpected deposits, cleared debts, a completely upgraded lifestyle. Scientists say it taps into a 150 million-year-old brain system that controls abundance and financial flow. It's already changed the lives of thousands in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You have felt stuck for a long time, even when you tried to move forward. Every step seemed to come with resistance, as if something unseen was holding you back. That resistance was not imagined, and it was not without reason. But last night, something shifted in that resistance. It loosened, even if only slightly, giving you space to move in a way you could not before. You must understand that freedom does not always arrive in a loud and obvious way. Sometimes it begins quietly, with small openings that require your attention to recognize. Last night created one of those openings for you. If you ignore it, it will close, and you will find yourself wondering why things feel heavy again. But if you respond to it, it will expand into something greater. There is a truth you have been avoiding, something deep within you that you did not want to face. It was easier to look away, to distract yourself, to pretend it was not there. But avoidance does not remove truth, it only delays it. Last night brought that truth closer to the surface, and now you can feel it more clearly. This is your moment to face it with courage. You are not weak for feeling overwhelmed at times. You are human, and your journey has not been easy. But you are also stronger than you realize, and that strength is being called forward now. What you are facing is not beyond you. It is something you are meant to overcome. Type 1111 to affirm. There were decisions you were about to make, choices that could have taken you further away from what is meant for you. You may not have realized it at the time, but those choices were forming quietly within your thoughts. Last night, I interrupted that direction. I placed a pause where there would have been movement, giving you a chance to reconsider. This is why you may feel a sense of hesitation now, a pause where there would normally be action. Do not rush past it. That pause is intentional, and it is there to protect you. Use it to reflect, to listen, to become aware of what you are truly choosing. You have been guided more than you have recognized. There were moments when something did not work out, when plans fell through, when doors closed unexpectedly. You saw those moments as setbacks, but they were redirections. Last night was another redirection, one that carries even greater importance. There is something ahead of you that requires clarity, not confusion. It requires alignment, not distraction. That is why I am speaking to you in this way now. I am clearing the noise so you can hear what truly matters. You are not meant to carry fear into your future. Fear will try to attach itself to your thoughts, to make you doubt every step you take. But fear is not from me. I offer peace, even in moments of uncertainty. That peace is your guide. You may be wondering what exactly changed last night. The truth is, not everything can be explained in a way your mind fully understands. Some things must be felt and trusted before they are fully seen. But you will begin to notice the difference if you pay attention. There will be moments where things seem to align in ways they did not before. Conversations will feel different. Opportunities will appear where there were none. Even your thoughts will begin to shift. These are signs that the change has begun. Do not dismiss these signs as coincidence. They are part of the unfolding that started last night. Each one is a confirmation that you are moving in the right direction. The more you acknowledge them, the stronger they will become. You have been searching for something more, even if you could not clearly define it. That search was not in vain. It was leading you to this moment, to this realization. What you are experiencing now is the beginning of an answer. You are not alone in this process. Even when it feels like no one understands what you are going through, I am with you. I see what others cannot see. I understand what you cannot put into words, and I am guiding you through it. There is no need to rush, but there is also no time to ignore what is happening. You must stay present, aware, and willing to move when you are guided. This balance is important. It keeps you from acting out of fear while also preventing you from staying stuck. What happened last night was a turning point, but turning points require follow-through. They are not the end of the journey, they are the beginning of a new direction. You are now standing at that beginning. You have a choice to make, even if it does not feel like it yet. You can return to what is familiar, even if it no longer serves you, or you can step into what is unfolding, even if it feels uncertain. That choice is yours, and it matters more than you know. You are capable of making the right decision. You have the awareness, the strength, and the guidance you need. You are not lacking anything essential. What you need now is trust. Trust that you are being led even when the path is not fully visible. Trust that what was shifted last night is working in your favor. Trust that you are not being misled or abandoned. There have been moments when you questioned your own direction, when you felt unsure about what you were doing or where you were going. You tried to silence those questions because they made you uncomfortable. But those questions were not meant to confuse you. They were meant to guide you. Last night gave those questions a new voice, one that is harder to ignore. Now you must listen without turning away. Type 555 if you are ready for change. You have been standing at the edge of something for longer than you realize. It is not just a decision, it is a transformation that has been waiting for your agreement. Every time you hesitated, it paused, not because it was gone, but because it was waiting for you. Last night was the moment where that waiting reached its limit. The call became stronger because the time for delay has passed. A leaked 9-word password is quietly transforming people's financial lives. More than 19,000 people have already used it to attract wealth, freedom, and peace. People are using it daily from their couch and reporting real financial breakthroughs. Scientists say it activates deep brain pathways linked to money, working far faster than traditional methods. This was once hidden by elites, and now it's spreading too fast. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There are things you must release, and you already know what they are. They are not always obvious on the outside, but inside, You feel them clearly. Old habits, lingering doubts, attachments that keep pulling you backward. These things cannot move forward with you, no matter how tightly you try to hold on to them. Letting go is not loss, it is alignment with what is meant for you. You may feel resistance rising within you even as you hear this. That resistance is not your enemy, but it is also not your guide. It is simply the part of you that is afraid of change, afraid of stepping into something unknown, but you are not stepping into the unknown alone. I am already there, waiting for you to move forward. Type 333 to declare faith. Last night was also a moment of separation, a dividing line between what was and what is becoming. You may not have seen it, but something in your life was quietly shifted away from you. It may show up as distance, as a sudden change, or as something no longer feeling the same. Do not chase after what is being removed. Trust that it is no longer meant to stay. You have asked for clarity, and clarity sometimes comes through change that feels uncomfortable at first. It removes the illusion of control and replaces it with truth. That truth may not always be easy to accept, but it will always lead you towards something better. What you are experiencing now is part of that process. There is a deeper level of peace available to you, but it cannot be reached while holding on to what disturbs your spirit. Last night began clearing the path toward that peace, but you must continue walking it by choosing what aligns with that peace and leaving behind what does not. You are not being asked to understand everything all at once. Understanding will come as you move forward, step by step. What you are being asked to do now is trust enough to take that first step. Even if it feels small, it carries more power than you realize. You have been stronger in the past than you remember. There were times when you overcame things that once felt impossible. That same strength is within you now, ready to be used again. Last night was a reminder of that strength, even if you did not recognize it at the time. There is something new forming in your life, something that carries purpose and direction. It may not be fully visible yet, but it is already taking shape. The more you align with what is being revealed, the clearer it will become. Do not rush it, but do not ignore it either. You are not meant to stay where you are, even if it feels comfortable. Comfort is not always a sign of alignment. Sometimes it is a sign of stagnation. Growth requires movement, and movement requires willingness. There will be moments where you feel unsure, where you question if you are doing the right thing. That is part of the journey, not a sign that you are failing. Trust that even in uncertainty you are being guided. You are not walking blindly, even when it feels that way. Last night was a moment of preparation, not just for what is happening now, but for what is coming next. It set things in motion that will continue to unfold in ways you cannot yet see. You are stepping into a new phase. Whether you fully realize it or not, you must be willing to leave behind what no longer serves you, even if it once felt important. Holding on to the past will only slow you down. What is ahead of you requires space, and that space is created by letting go. You are not being abandoned, and you are not being tested beyond what you can handle. You are being guided into something that matches who you are becoming. That process may feel intense at times, but it is also necessary. There is a reason you cannot ignore these words, a reason they keep drawing your attention back. That reason is connected to what is happening in your life right now. You are not here by chance. You are here because you need to hear this. What happened last night was not the end of something, it was the beginning of something new. That beginning is still unfolding, and you are part of it. Your choices, your awareness, your willingness, they all matter in this process. Stay present with what you are feeling. Do not rush past it or try to explain it away. There is meaning in it, even if you cannot fully define it yet. That meaning will become clearer as you continue to move forward. You are not lost, even if it has felt that way. You are being redirected, realigned, and renewed. This moment is part of that process, and it is leading you towards something greater than what you have known before. There are moments when you feel a quiet pull to pause and reflect, even when everything around you is moving quickly. That pull is not meant to slow you down without purpose. It is guiding you to notice what has changed within you since that moment last night. You are being given a chance to see yourself more clearly than before. Do not rush past that clarity, because it holds answers you have been searching for. Type 444 if you feel guided. You have spent so much time trying to figure things out on your own, trying to control outcomes that were never fully in your hands. That effort has left you tired, even when you tried to stay strong. But last night marked a shift in that struggle. It was a moment where control began to loosen its grip, making space for trust to take its place. Now you must decide if you will continue holding on or finally let go. What secret did elites use to attract wealth so easily? A simple 9-word password now leaked to the public. People are using it daily and watching money flow into their lives like never before. Scientists say it activates an ancient brain system tied directly to abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. It's already helped thousands become debt-free in just weeks. But this breakthrough is under pressure and may disappear at any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. There is a difference between giving up and surrendering. Giving up comes from exhaustion and loss of hope, but surrender comes from trust and understanding. I am not asking you to give up on your life or your dreams. I am asking you to surrender the parts that were never meant for you to carry alone. Last night opened the door for that surrender, and it is still open right now. You have been holding on to certain fears as if they were protecting you. You believe that by staying cautious, by expecting the worst, you could avoid disappointment. But those fears have also kept you from stepping into what is meant for you. Last night began to break that pattern. It showed you, even if only for a moment, that you are capable of moving beyond those fears. Type 666 to release fear. There are things you are being guided to walk away from, even if they once felt important. You may feel a sense of hesitation, wondering if you are making the right choice. But deep inside, there is a knowing that cannot be ignored. That knowing is not coming from doubt, it is coming from clarity. Trust it, even when it feels unfamiliar. You are not being asked to abandon everything at once. Change often comes in steps, each one building on the last. What matters is that you are willing to take those steps when they are placed before you. Last night was the moment that placed the first step in front of you. Now you must choose to move. There is a reason certain things no longer feel the same to you. Situations that once felt comfortable now feel heavy or uncertain. This is not confusion, it is awareness. You are beginning to see what no longer aligns with who you are becoming. That awareness is a gift, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. You have been growing, even when you did not notice it. Every experience, every challenge, every moment of reflection has been shaping you. Last night was a moment where that growth became more visible. It brought things to the surface so you could no longer ignore them. Now you are being called to act on what you see. There will be moments where you feel alone in this process. Others may not understand what you are going through or why you are changing. That does not mean you are on the wrong path. It means you are stepping into something that is uniquely yours. You are not meant to follow the same path as everyone else. You are being guided towards something that requires a new version of you. That version is already forming, even if it is not fully realized yet. Last night was part of that formation. It removed what was no longer needed and made space for what is coming next. You may feel a sense of urgency now, a feeling that you cannot continue as you have been. That feeling is not pressure. It is direction. It is guiding you to take action, to move forward instead of staying where you are. Do not ignore that feeling, because it is leading you toward change. You are not being forced into anything. You are being invited into something greater. But invitations require a response. You must choose whether you will accept what is being offered to you. That choice is yours alone. There are blessings waiting for you, but they are connected to your willingness to move forward. They are not placed in the same space where you have been standing. You must step into a new place to receive them. Last night began that transition. You are not unprepared for what is ahead. Everything you have experienced so far has been building you for this moment. Even the difficult times had a purpose. They strengthened you in ways you did not fully understand at the time. You are not alone in this transition. I am with you, guiding you, supporting you, even when you feel uncertain. You are not expected to have everything figured out. You are only expected to trust and move forward. There will be signs along the way, confirmations that you are on the right path. Pay attention to them, because they will guide you when things feel unclear. They are not random. They are placed with intention. You are stepping into something new, something that will require courage and trust, but you are capable of both. Last night was a reminder of that truth, even if you did not fully see it at the time. Do not turn back now. You have come too far to return to what no longer serves you. Keep moving forward, even if the steps feel small. Each step matters, and each step brings you closer to what is meant for you. There were things you once accepted without question, patterns that felt normal simply because they had been part of your life for so long. But now, those same patterns are being exposed in a new light. You are beginning to recognize what drains you, what confuses you, and what no longer belongs in your life. This awareness is not here to overwhelm you. It is here to guide you out of what has been holding you back. Type 888 if you feel the shift. You have been given many chances before, moments where you could have chosen differently, but you were not ready then, and that is something you must understand without guilt. Growth happens in its own time, and readiness cannot be forced. Last night was different because it met you at a point where you are finally able to see clearly. This is why it carries more weight than the moments that came before. There is something within you that is beginning to rise, something that has been quiet for too long. It is your sense of purpose, your awareness of who you are meant to be. You may not have the full picture yet, but you can feel that something is calling you forward. That call is not distant, it is coming from within you, guided by me. Do not silence it this time. Why are thousands suddenly becoming financially free? Because they discovered a 9-word wealth password hidden in neuroscience research. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected money, cleared debts, and new opportunities. Some say the results feel almost divine. Scientists confirm it activates a powerful, ancient part of your brain linked to wealth and abundance. But now that it's leaked, it won't stay available for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You have spent time doubting yourself, questioning whether you were capable of more. You compared your path to others and felt like you were falling behind, but your journey was never meant to look like anyone else's. Last night was a reminder that your path is unique, and it is unfolding exactly as it should. You are not late, and you are not lost. Type 999 to accept divine timing. There are things that will begin to fall away from your life, sometimes quietly, sometimes in ways that are more noticeable. You may feel a sense of loss at first, even if those things were not truly serving you. That feeling is natural, but it does not mean you should hold on. What is leaving is making space for something that aligns with who you are becoming. You are being asked to trust this process, even when it feels uncertain. Trust does not mean you will never feel doubt. It means you choose to move forward even when doubt tries to slow you down. Last night gave you a moment of clarity, and that clarity is still available to you now. Return to it when your mind begins to wander. There is a deeper connection forming between you and the direction you are meant to take. It may show up as intuition, as a quiet knowing, or as a sense of peace when you think about certain choices. Pay attention to that connection, because it is guiding you more accurately than fear ever could. Fear speaks loudly, but truth speaks steadily. You are not being asked to rush into decisions without thought. You are being asked to listen more carefully to what is already within you. You have the ability to discern what feels right and what does not. That ability is growing stronger with every moment you stay present in this process. There have been times when you ignored that inner guidance because you were afraid of being wrong. But ignoring it has only led to more confusion. Now, you are being called to trust it, even when it leads you into unfamiliar territory. That is where growth happens. You may begin to notice changes in how you respond to situations. Things that once triggered strong reactions may no longer have the same effect. This is not because you no longer care. It is because you are becoming more grounded, more aware of what truly matters. Last night played a role in that shift. There is something powerful about realizing that you are not the same person you used to be. That realization can feel both exciting and unsettling at the same time. You may not fully recognize yourself in this new space, but that does not mean something is wrong. It means something is changing. You are not meant to go back to who you were. You are meant to grow into who you are becoming. That process requires letting go of old identities, old beliefs, and old ways of thinking. Last night was a step in that direction. You are not alone in feeling uncertain at times. Even as you move forward, there will be moments where you question what you are doing. That is part of the journey, not a sign that you are failing. Trust that clarity will continue to come as you keep moving. There are things ahead of you that will confirm this path. Moments where you will see clearly that you are being guided. Those moments will strengthen your trust and help you move forward with more confidence. But they require you to stay open and aware. You are being led into something that has purpose and meaning beyond what you have experienced before. It is not random, and it is not without direction. Every step you take now is building towards something greater. You may not see the full outcome yet, but you do not need to. What matters is that you are moving in alignment with what you are being shown. That alignment will lead you where you need to go. Last night was not an isolated moment. It was part of a larger process that is still unfolding. You are in the middle of that process right now. What you choose to do next will shape how it continues. Stay present with what you are feeling. Do not rush ahead or fall back into old patterns. This moment is important, and it deserves your full attention. You are being guided, even when it feels uncertain. There are thoughts rising within you that feel different, more grounded, more direct. They are not filled with the same confusion or hesitation as before. This is because clarity has begun to take root in your mind. It is not complete yet, but it is growing stronger with every moment you choose to stay aware. Do not push these thoughts away, because they are guiding you forward. Type 111 if you feel chosen. You have been given a moment that many overlook, a moment where awareness becomes a doorway to change. Most people continue moving without ever noticing these shifts, but you have stopped long enough to feel it. That alone sets you apart. It means you are ready to move into something deeper, something more aligned with who you are meant to be. Do not underestimate the importance of this awareness. There is something you must understand about what is happening right now. This is not just about your current situation, it is about your direction moving forward, the path you are stepping into from this point on. Last night was not only about what was stopped or removed, it was about what is now possible because of that change. You are beginning to see where you have been limiting yourself. Not always intentionally, but through habits, beliefs, and fears that became familiar over time. These limits were not placed on you by me. They were formed through experiences that shaped how you saw yourself. Now those limits are being challenged. Type 1313 to embrace new beginnings. There may be moments where you feel resistance again, where old thoughts try to pull you back into familiar patterns. That does not mean you are failing. It means those patterns are losing their hold on you. When something begins to break, it often tries one last time to hold on. Recognize it for what it is, and do not give it power. Why are over 19,547 people suddenly attracting unexpected wealth? Because they started using a strange 9-word password discovered in neuroscience research. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. Scientists say it activates a 150 million year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. This password was quietly used by elites until a neuroscientist leaked it. Now it's spreading fast and could be taken down any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are not meant to stay in the same place, thinking the same thoughts, repeating the same cycles. Growth requires movement, and movement requires change. Last night opened the door to that change, but you must be willing to walk through it. Standing at the doorway will not move you forward. There is something important about this moment that you must not overlook. You are being given clarity before making your next decisions. This is a gift, even if it feels overwhelming at times. Many move forward without understanding, but you are being shown what you need to see. Use that understanding wisely. You are not alone in feeling uncertain about what comes next. Even when you feel guided, there can still be questions. That is natural, and it does not mean you are on the wrong path. It means you are stepping into something new, something that requires trust beyond what you have known before. There is a quiet strength building within you, something that is not easily shaken. It is not loud or forceful, but it is steady. That strength is what will carry you forward when things feel unclear. Last night played a role in awakening that strength. You may begin to notice that you react differently to situations. Things that once caused stress or confusion may now feel more manageable. This is not because the situations have changed, but because you are changing. Your perspective is shifting, and that shift is powerful. There are things you will no longer tolerate, not out of anger, but out of understanding. You are beginning to see what aligns with your peace and what does not. That awareness will guide your decisions moving forward. Trust it, even when it leads you away from what once felt familiar. You are not meant to carry everything into your future. Some things belong to your past, even if they once felt important. Holding on to them will only slow you down. Letting go is not weakness, it is preparation for what is ahead. There is something waiting for you that requires space, clarity, and willingness. It is not something you can force or rush. It will come as you align yourself with what is being revealed. Last night was part of that alignment. You are not being left to figure this out on your own. I am guiding you, even in the smallest details. You may not always recognize it immediately, but you will see it as you continue to move forward. Stay aware, and you will begin to notice the guidance more clearly. There will be moments where you feel tested, where you are given a choice between what is familiar and what is right. Those moments are important. They are opportunities to choose growth over comfort. Choose carefully, because those decisions shape your path. You are not behind in your journey. You are exactly where you need to be for this moment to happen. Everything you have experienced has led you here. Last night was not random, it was part of that process. You are stepping into something that requires courage, but you already have that within you. You have faced challenges before and come through them. This moment is no different. You are capable of moving forward. There is still more ahead, more clarity, more understanding, more change. Do not turn away now. You are too close to stepping fully into what is meant for you. Keep listening, keep trusting, and keep moving forward. What happened last night planted something within you, and now it is beginning to take root. You are not the same as you were, and you are not meant to go back. There is a shift in how you are seeing your life now. Things that once felt confusing are beginning to make more sense, even if only in small ways. You are connecting dots that you could not connect before. This is because clarity is unfolding step by step, revealing what was hidden in plain sight. Do not rush this process, because each realization is preparing you for what comes next. Type 1414 if you feel the awakening. You have been guided through moments that you did not fully understand at the time. There were delays, changes, and unexpected turns that left you questioning why things were happening the way they were. But now you are beginning to see that those moments were not random. They were part of a path that has been forming for you all along. Last night was a confirmation that this path is real. There is something within you that is becoming more confident, even if you have not fully acknowledged it yet. It is a quiet confidence, one that does not need to prove itself to others. It comes from knowing that you are being guided, even when you cannot see the full picture. That confidence will grow as you continue to trust what you feel inside. You may still have moments where doubt tries to return, where you question if this is truly happening. That is natural, and it does not take away from what is real. Doubt is simply a habit of the mind, not a reflection of truth. You must learn to recognize it without allowing it to control you. Type 1515 to trust the process. There are things in your life that will begin to feel out of place. Situations, conversations, even certain environments may no longer feel aligned with you. This is not because something is wrong, but because you are changing. Your awareness is growing, and it is showing you what no longer fits. You are being guided to make choices that reflect this new awareness. These choices may not always be easy, but they will bring you closer to what is meant for you. Every time you choose alignment over comfort, you move further into the life that is waiting for you. There is a deeper level of peace that is becoming available to you. It is not dependent on everything around you being perfect. It comes from within, from knowing that you are on the right path. That peace may come in moments at first, but it will grow stronger as you continue. Can 9 simple words really change your financial life? More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. Brain experts were shocked when they discovered this password works up to 20x faster than the law of attraction. People are repeating it daily and watching money flow like water into their lives. Some even believe the results are so powerful, it feels divine. But this breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You are not being rushed, but you are being called forward. There is a difference between pressure and purpose. What you are feeling now is purpose, guiding you to move in a direction that matters. Do not confuse it with pressure, because it is not meant to overwhelm you. There are things you are leaving behind, even if you have not fully let go yet. Old thoughts, old fears, old ways of seeing yourself. These things are fading because they no longer match who you are becoming. You do not need to fight to release them. Simply stop holding on to them. You are stepping into a space where your choices carry more clarity. You are no longer acting out of confusion, but out of understanding. That shift will change how you move through your life. It will bring you closer to what is right for you. There will be moments where you feel tested, where you are given the chance to go back to old patterns. Those moments are not meant to trap you. They are meant to show you how much you have grown. Each time you choose differently, you strengthen your new path. You are not alone in this process. Even when it feels like no one else understands what you are experiencing, you are being guided. You are being supported in ways that you may not always recognize. Trust that you are not walking this path by yourself. There is something ahead of you that is beginning to take shape. It may not be fully visible yet, but it is forming with intention. Every step you take now is contributing to that formation. Nothing you are doing in alignment is wasted. You are not being asked to be perfect. You are being asked to be aware and willing. That is enough to move you forward. Perfection is not the goal. Growth is. You may feel moments of uncertainty, but those moments will not last if you stay grounded in what you know to be true. Return to the clarity you felt when you first recognized this shift. That clarity is still within you. There is a sense of direction forming, even if it is not fully defined yet. You are beginning to know which way to move, even if you cannot explain why. That knowing is your guide. Follow it. You are not the same person who started this journey. You have grown, changed, and become more aware. That change is real, and it is leading you somewhere meaningful. Do not doubt it. There is still more to come, more to understand, more to experience. This is not the end of the process. It is the continuation of something that has already begun. Stay with it, and you will see how it unfolds. There is a growing awareness in you that refuses to let you go back to what once felt normal. Even when you try to think the same way, something interrupts those old patterns. That interruption is not confusion, it is correction. It is guiding you away from what no longer aligns with your path. This is how you are being led forward, not by force, but by a quiet refusal to settle for less than what is meant for you. Type 1616 if you feel the change. You are beginning to recognize that some of the things you once chased no longer carry the same meaning. Goals that once felt urgent now feel distant or unnecessary. This does not mean you have lost your direction. It means your direction is being refined. You are being aligned with something deeper than surface desires.